Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got all of our issues fixed. Well, you know, on the server, not in real life. We've got plenty of those, but 1-0 up for Divine Vendetta. They win the pistol round.
I wish you could fix everything in the world so easily, right? Like all the problems we've had so far in 2020. With a snap of our fingers it disappear, it'd be so great. But unfortunately, Dinko, that's not the way the world works, which is sad. Just why I prefer watching cartoons. You're more happier. But forced by, of course, from ViCi. You have Kaze with a scout. Seeing what an absolute beast he can be with this nice little flick up. Does quite a bit of damage on a Davdov. But Divine Vendetta not afraid to progress further. They're looking to take the fight. Jamyong's going to be found out. Kaze's in a very awkward position. Dinko, the scout in hand, is going to run all the way back to CD spawn. And edge ramp. Looking to take the fight. He gets tagged down as well. And Kaze, there's nothing he can do right now. I mean, he does prevent. He can potentially prevent the T's from making their way up towards heaven, and it's providing some information. But there's nothing much he can do from that position either, apart from information plays.
Well, Taika the Mac 10. Almond goes down. So far, so good for Divine Vendetta. Kaze's all the way back in CT spawn. Doesn't quite hit the shot. Very difficult to hit. Now Zoking, the 5-7, is going to be taken down by Havoc. And it's a 3-man advantage in play for Divine Vendetta, one that they should not be losing.
Well, Alvin can make a bit of money here, but it's not worth it. Might as well save the Nova. Although I'm not a fan of how his right hand is gripping the Nova there. It's not. I don't think it's strong enough, especially these shotguns. With my very limited understanding of how modern weaponry works, if you don't have a good grip on the right hand on the buttstock, it's gonna just like shoot out of your hands. It's a very casual.
Let's go fly backwards.
Yeah, I saw recently saw a video of this guy. I was just like, you know, he's casually just holding the shotgun, pretty much very similar to this one. And he just rattles off a shot. It just goes flying out of his hands. And you can see he's just looking like, wait, what? What the hell just happened? American, of course, just like Jason. 2-0. Divine Vendetta. That was a clean round. Took it slow. Looked a little scary there, you know, especially Kaze getting a tag in. I'm like, oh, it might be happening here, but they will survive. They'll lose a single player. With ViCi, the only weapon or whatever that they were able to salvage in the next round is the Nova in hands of Advent. Everyone else will have to go for the full eco.
And in a round like this on Inferno, I wouldn't have been surprised if we see a round win. So I'm kind of hoping that now we're on Nuke, we don't really see that anymore, but I want to see normal Counter-Strike resume.
And Nuke is a map. Nuke is a map where, you know, when you have two teams who know... It is a map. It is a map where two teams, if they have an inkling as to how to play it, you should see a pretty solid game of CS coming out. It's rarely a map where, you know, just rushing to a side or something's usually gonna work. Most of the time, Edge ramp doesn't spot out the player on top of hut. That is a little bit of a problem, but the rest of his team will. Davdov and Havoc, they find what Zoking and Advent, who was a danger man with a Nova. And this is looking good for Divine. Looking very good indeed. Even if they lose one player, that's okay. Jamyong spotted out. 3 T's looking his direction, and he's gonna be forced to play a more safer angle, and this has been very good indeed. Even if Almond gets 1 kill, Divine Vendetta, they won the pistol losing players. And of course, anti-eco, the previous one, looking very solid as well. Almond gets spotted out, unfortunate there. Yeah, that's going to be Divine Vendetta 3-0. A lot of money in the bank as well. Don't lose a single player. And yeah, money for days. And the 3 Galils and AK, I don't even see them going for the upgrade right now. Tied with a Mac 10 could be quite a thorn in the side of ViCi.
Well, we'll see if ViCi can get off to a good start. The first gun round. Kaze, I mean, he hasn't been the Kaze that we know that he can be, if that makes sense. He hasn't really been that star. Well, he's been okay. He's been hitting a lot of shots, obviously, but it's always one and done. You know, just kind of getting traded out. There's no huge step ups, and you got to try and change that. He's under pressure. What is that position? That's so quick. Havoc just diving in. There's nothing Kaze can do about that. Luckily, Jam Young's here, and he'll get one and stay alive as he drops down in towards the lower bomb site. Smoke off. Just hides in behind it. Double doors swung wide open.
I thought Foon came out of retirement for a moment there. Tyke. A speed demon. It's running on out. Pokemon finds Advent as well, jamming down at 23 HP towards the lower bomb site. It quickly wastes no time.
Oh.
Pokemon is gonna catch them all. 2 kills. Zoking and Jam Young. That's a call for the save, boys. There's nothing he can do here. Oh my lord, they're getting deleted. Jam Young's left, Zoking's left alone.
Do you think Pokemon's called Pokemon just because he's collected all the Pokemon? And now he is just the collection of Pokemon. He is Pokemon.
He is Pokemon. He's not Ash. He's not a Pokemon. He is Pokemon. Gotta kill them all. 4-0 for Divine Vendetta, Dinko. And unless if Zokin gets a kill here, fine. But apart from that, yeah, he's gonna get a kill. You can go for the hunt. Edgem can go for the hunt. There we go. 4 rounds, and ViCi have got 3 kills. Yes, 2 of those were, you know, kind of like forced by eco rounds, but these are convincing rounds. These are very convincing rounds. And for Divine Vendetta, the fact that they've barely lost any players mean, like, look, I mean, they could just, you know, keep picking up upgrading the weapons off the corpses of the CTs. That op in the hands of Dabbdab is Kaze's. And for anyone in the hands of Edgeram. Tyke, look at the money. Pokemon's the lowest, the player with the lowest amount of money at 3850. And everyone else, like 3 players on average, about $9,000. Tyke on 6,200. And another pistol round coming out from ViCi. Just a little bit of a pistol and armor upgrade. This is a far cry from Inferno. This is a statement by Divine Vendetta. They're looking very, very smooth indeed. Edge ramp finds Kaze. Kaze just trying to time the peak, but 3 or 4 T's looking his direction. Dinko? I'm starting to worry a bit for ViCi. I know it's still early. But I'm starting to worry a little bit. The way Divine Vendetta are winning this round so cleanly, it's worrisome for the Chinese side.
Definitely is, and I mean, ViCi have shown already, especially on that second map, that no matter how far they're down, they can always sort of claw things back. It's been a very close affair in that respect on both Mirage and Inferno, and now we find ourselves on Nuke. It's a brilliant start for Divine Vendetta. We know how solid they can be on the T side of Nuke, and it's good that we're getting to see that here. Trying to go in towards Mini. 35 seconds in play. Man advantage still in play here for Divine Vendetta. Edge ramp, Molotovs off the door, clearing the close vent position. That limits where the CTs can be playing from. So Zoking's spot should be hard checked at this moment in time once they come around this corner. 19 seconds, there's not really a whole lot of time to waste. So they're going to go down to the lower bomb site. Havoc's been left up here in Mini to try and catch off these rotations, but ball plant will come through, nearly denied, and is denied actually. Almond does give it a Tyke, another ball plant has to come through, just enough time for it, and there it is, the ball plant comes through just in the last second, and that round somehow nearly fell out of the hands of Divine Vendetta.
I just shut my mouth and stop giving credit to teams. The moment I do that, they seem to just take that as a cue to completely crap the bed. Talk about ViCi. ViCi, don't lose anti-ecos. Proceed to lose 3 rounds to pistols. Divine Vendetta, what a phenomenal Inferno first half. Second half, absolute cluster of a second half. Divine Vendetta, they're looking very solid right now, Dinko. Almost lose to the time. I'm just going to shut my mouth and just watch the game and just narrate like whatever I'm seeing.
That's a good idea, Blair. Unless you want to just use your superpower for some fun.
It is a superpower, isn't it? I don't know what to do with his powers, Dinko. It's
well,
worrying.
Anything that could make Mitch's life miserable, that would be fun.
You know what? Whenever this entire Corona thing dies down, and hopefully if I ever do work at Event with Mitch, I think I owe him a beer. Or rather, we owe him a beer.
I think so many people do, but yep. Well, Jamyoung gets the triple kill, the 4K. Okay, that's out of nowhere. 4 big kills collected for Jamyoung. And he wants to deliver a round finally on the board for ViCi. Davtov, he's gone. There's nothing they can do here. Jamyoung has had enough.
About time as well. About time ViCi woke up. Ooh, ooh, the line up there in the smoke. Full commit. All right. Finally, something working out. And it's gonna... I'm not sure about this, Tinka. Double op. I know it's viable. It is doable. It is Nuke City side. You have Outer Yard, you have Ramp. You can even play towards Heavens, but we've seen how Divine Vendetta sometimes likes going for these faster plays, and they have a tendency of kind of catching other VG members in some awkward positions. And with these heavy investments, you need to stay alive. Here we go. Tyke, Pokemon. They strike. There we go. Boom. Instantly. And now, if they get the bomb down, Dinko, 2 ops and a retake, I'm not fancying it.
Alman, he's going to peek out towards the site. Tyke, he takes him away. And now 4 versus 2. What a reply from Divine Vendetta. They get absolutely shut down by Jamyoung. They come right back into this round swinging. It has to be a save call from both of these AWPers. There's no way they can pull off this retake.
Of course. Like, double op. The worst map to retake with a double op is Nuke. And maybe Dust 2B, but even there you have certain angles to work with. There are certain angles where you can make it work. Edge ramp. Well, now he knows where both the ops are. The thing is, if I'm Divine Vendetta, I let them keep the ops. I feel like this could, in fact, be more of a hindrance for the CTs. When you have 2 ops and Nuke, Dinko, you want to be more proactive with the way you approach this, right? You want to aggress towards maybe Yard, maybe be a thorn towards the garage area, and you need to at least kind of like cut out one part of the map from T's presence, and you need to do that by being a little bit more proactive, being a little bit more aggressive. If you keep holding these passive angles and, like, you know, this usual static opping positions, maybe towards Heavens, maybe back garage, maybe towards Ramp, and against a team who knows what they're doing, they can just steamroll you. Like the upper bomb side hit, that's a perfect side to go towards, especially when, you know, there's the 2 ops playing. They might be lost inside of the smoke. The Almond finds Edge, I'm completely blinded, but they have sent a couple of players down real quick. There's one player that is Jamyoung with the AWP trained towards Decon, though, and the Malta's going to push him on out. That's unfortunate for Jamyoung. And, ooh, Pokemon almost catches Jamyoung. Good reaction. So, 5v3, man advantage, 2-man advantage for ViCi. It should be pretty comfortable retake.
Well, Tyke just holding on now, just the last remaining player. If he wins this, I don't know what I'll do. I'll just implode. Just turn into a black hole in the middle of my seat. And what? Tyke, 1 kill, and Kaze will be able to clean it up. And there we go. That's a round that ViCi will be happy with. Very clean as well. We're getting this back and forth starting here, but money is available to Divine Vendetta, so they will be able to buy fully up as well. And they'll buy for the next couple of rounds due to the money that they have. So ViCi not out of the woods just yet, but their economy's not in a bad state either. So even if this does go back and forth for a couple of rounds, at least we'll get to see the full gun rounds keep coming through.
At least this particular round win was convincing from ViCi. So they have a little bit of extra money in the bag. And also didn't have to really use up too much of the utility. I feel like most of the players there carried over the utility from the previous round. And Divine Vendetta, they've actually shown a variety of approaches so far on the T side, which it's a little surprising for me because many of the teams I've seen, like you see Beyond, Lucid play Nuke, and you see it's kind of one-dimensional, right? You have the usual smoke wall towards outer, you have this upper execute, and then trying to go for the ramp pick. It's very limited. And for Divine, yeah, not seeing anything too crazy or special, but it's just the way they're varying it up, mixing it up, keeping ViCi guessing, keeping them on their toes. And now they slow things up again. Haven't really used any smokes towards outer. Waiting for the aggression. Pokemon holding, potential push from the CTs. After making a bit of noise towards yard, all 4 players going to be gathering up together, leaving Havoc on the look. Smoke's going to be blooming out. Almond, the garage. Flashbang for him to peek on out, but in fact, it's not going to peek. Okay. Curious what the flash was for.
Under a minute in play. Smoke goes down from Alman. Instead of staying around, he's going to drop to the stairs. Kaze has got a good position up here with the AWP. Smoke's fading as well, but luckily for the T side, they don't cross into his waiting arms. Instead, go through in towards the A bomb side. As Ramp cutting through Advent, now needs to get rid of Zoking, and that's not going to be easy. He's got a good position. And while Havoc, just good for the one. Kaze repositioning. From Heaven, he will strike down. Jam Young available in the back of the A bomb site as well. This is not going to be easy for Divine Vendetta to get anywhere near this bomb site with 19 seconds. ViCi have all the reinforcements, and that's a 3rd round picked up for ViCi Gaming.
Took a little too long there. Took a little too long to make their way into the bomb site. I like the idea. I like how they crept on up, but they needed to neutralize that Heaven position. Now, I'm not sure if they had any utility remaining for Heaven. Pokemon had one, but he was no... It would have been hard anyway, but if Pokemon had used a utility that the Molotov he had, he could have made this position of Kazi's a little bit more easier to deal with. But good work from both the Oppas. And so far, Denko, I mean, I had my doubts, but ever since the dual ops came out, apart from the one round they had to save, it has found success for ViCi here. Divine Vendetta, 6-0. Finally, having to kind of scrape the bottom of their of the cash barrel to eke out this buy. After this, they're gonna be a little strapped for cash. Yes, we might be still having a little bit of extra money for some pistols and Kevlar, a little bit of a half purchase, but this is at least a little bit of a resurgence from ViCi, showing that they still have some life after that Inferno madness.
Well, Alman, he's in behind them. The MP9 is going to find the bomb and nearly a follow-up kill, but Alman trades out to the AK. Goes back in for a little bit more, but a 3 versus 4 now. Alman realizes his work is done. He can fall back, but he's not done yet. He decided to go for overtime and do a little bit of extra work. He's sticking around. He's that nerdy kid that stays at school, does all the extra revision. He's got 4 kills picked up.
This is way more convincing from ViCi. This is what we're waiting for. Finally trying to take matters into their own hands. Havoc. Sneaking on up. No, spots out Zoking, but Zoking, yeah, he's not going to miss those. ViCi Gaming. Huge round from Almond there. 4K. An absolute slaughter towards outer. And with that, they finally, yeah, they've won 4 in a row. They've dismantled the economy for Divine Vendetta. And we should be seeing the few pistols coming out here. And suddenly, the game seems to be coming alive, Dinko. It doesn't look like it's going to be as one-sided as we expected. And honestly, I don't know why I even expected that. Have any of the maps been one-sided so far today?
Nope. And I think that's been a pretty common thing throughout this entire tournament. Any series we kind of predict, okay, quick 2-0, we'll be done with this one, seem to be the longest games ever. And then the games you don't predict to be 2-0s, for instance, yesterday, Divine Vendetta versus D13, end up being relatively one-sided 2-0. So I think now we just kind of scrap predictions, Blood. I think that's going to be the fun part. Also, it would have been interesting to track our predictions throughout the entire tournament from day one and just kind of see how bad we actually do.
We'd all lose. There would be no winners. There will literally be no winners. Kaze will win the deal, though. Finds Havoc. Just the pistols, though, for the T's, apart from the hero AK in the hands of Tyke, and that will be neutralized immediately. by Mr. Almond. Just a shooting gallery. Kaze missing quite a few shots though. This is... We spoke about how Kaze's been looking a little off his game today, Dinko, and it seems to be the case. Like, I know, just like taking pot shots, you know, it would have been an easy convincing run anyway, but I've seen this guy hit some incredibly difficult shots with incredible consistency, and there's a reason why he's called the best player right now, residing and playing in Asia for a reason. And the question can be asked, you know, the struggles of ViCi that they've had today, how much of it is on the fact that Kaze really not playing to his particular level? But I don't think I want to put the blame solely on his shoulders. I feel like ViCi as a whole, they've just looked very shaky today. And again, of course, VENDETTA having an incredible day in the server.
Advent gets rid of edge ramp, but Pokemon is available. He gets the true kill. Davdol following up for VENDETTA. This could be a 7th round. Got a man advantage, a follow up from Pokemon. And now it's just Jamyoung and Almond trying to pull off a 2 versus 4. And it's going to have to be a retake, which just increases the difficulty of this round. And Pokemon, I love that. That nade actually blows the kit towards him, and Almond doesn't have one. Now I've got to rely on Jamyoung if they even wanted to go for this. I really don't see why. Because now at this point, it's looking like it's relatively impossible to win this round.
Ooh.
That's a nice smoke. I like that. I like it.
It's a really nice one. Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one before. Maybe I'm just blind. There's a couple of things on Nuke I've noticed recently. Sticko found a cool flashbang. Or Sicko used a flashbang. I think he gave props to, I think it was Ethan from Evil Geniuses. And what? Almond does save over the AWP as well. They do good work at sort of scavenging there. They're like hyenas. And they'll walk away with the 2 AWPs into the next round. And it's 7-5. VENDETTA into the lead by 2.
I like how they got completely juked there by VENDETTA. Got the bomb down to its lower. But that was such a cheeky smoke there. That was very interesting. Kind of giving him, not really a one-way, but giving him a slight little advantage in just peering down into the bomb site, right? As an AWPer, you don't have the, you know, you have to go for a little bit of kind of like a jiggle peek to figure out where people are, and that smoke might be the difference between life or death. I agree with you. I think that's the first time I've seen that particular smoke. It's interesting. The things that Mr. Big Brain Advent comes up with. If only his anti-ecos were better. Jamyoung making contact, spots a player, and Daffo just crouches into his crosshair, and Jamyoung, he should just do the smart thing and get the hell out of here. Finds the kill, has done his job, falls on back, double Molotov forcing at Kaze as well, so despite losing ramp control, at least have the man advantage.
Well, Jamyoung. Just going to be passively waiting patiently for the players to come around the corner. Just a minute left in play, or under at this point now. VENDETTA slowing this pace down. They have already lost the 1 player. So going into the AWP certainly be a big issue for them. Now Jamyoung sits back, goes for the shot. Pokemon gone, and now looking for more. He'll find a second. It's Edgeram and Havoc. The last 2 remaining players, and they've just been picked apart by Jamyoung. A player that was an absolute nuisance for them on Inferno. Cost them so many rounds towards the end of that game. And 4 kills picked up here. That's his second 4K of the game so far on Nuke. It's really impressive stuff. 7-6.
Yeah, the one player who was very... He's pretty much absent. I wouldn't say really absent. I mean, he still had his moments, but... Talk about ViCi and the 2 players, the 2 names are going to come up is going to be Kaze and Jamyoung, just being absolutely consistent. Doesn't matter what happens, right? And then when you don't, and then of course you have either Almond or Zoking performing as well. That's a win condition if you're playing in Asia. But today it's just been a very topsy-turvy day. It's just been a very weird day for ViCi in the office, but decent comeback here on Nuke. But if I'm VENDETTA, I'm probably wondering, have you done enough? Their CD side, Dinko, if memory serves me right, was pretty darn solid.
I think Divine Vendetta have 2 good halves on Nuke. I think they're quite good on both sides. I think that's something that Divine Vendetta are good at overall, really, is being able to play both CT side and T side. And I love how that's a bit of a shock. That should be normal, but the fact that it is in this region, some teams are really, really bad at the T side or awful at the CT side. So Divine Vendetta find themselves in a situation where they're good on both. And I think that's why they've been able to pull off quite a few wins now in this tournament. Oh no, that's perfect timing from Advent to peek around. Tyke doesn't quite register that he's there, and now they're just running in one by one, giving 3 kills away. ZoKing will be very happy with that. Advent doesn't even have to do anything on the second frag. But Havoc has got to the lower bomb side, so we get the bomb plant through. And yeah, just about gets it. And now Ezram and Davdov, well, they're alone. There's not much they can do here. The defuse will come in. It's all about doing a little bit of damage, recovering some weapons.
Wait, what?
Like, okay. I don't know what's going on there. I think he failed to get out of the vents. Okay, screw it. I'm committing to this.
There was an M4 lying in the hut. He could have probably gone for that, I feel like. I think that would have been conveyed by his teammate. Anyway, scores are tied. 6-0 for Divine Vendetta to 7-all. ViCi Gaming waking up, just rubbing the sand from their eyes and looking very good indeed. These rounds have looked extremely convincing, if you ask me, Denko. And a double up setup, I had my doubts, but it has worked out. But Divine Vendetta, the previous round, I guess, it's weird, right? If you look at the investment they had and the way they were approaching the upper bomb side, it looked like they were going for the win, not just going for getting the bomb down. And you see players just walking out from the smoke, it was just weird. I think that's a problem with Divine Vendetta. When they look good, my God, they look good. My God, they look so impressive. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, this is brilliant. You know, this is great CS. And then suddenly they have these rounds like we saw in Inferno, like a couple rounds we've seen here in Nuke, where I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, are you thinking? Like, what the hell are you guys doing? Such a dichotomy, this team.
For ViCi, I think a lot of the rounds, even their first gun round that they were able to pick up, was off the back of Jam Young. I mean, he's had a big performance in terms of stepping up with 4Ks. He's done a good job at preventing Divine Vendetta from running in towards that B-bomb site. I honestly think Jam Young's been the most impactful player on the server right now. There's so many rounds where they could potentially have just run straight down B, but Jam Young's repositioning, I think, while the pistol round has been really solid. So, 35 seconds. Man advantage still in play for ViCi. But Pokemon, he looks to try and claim it back, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Alman starts reloading. Pokemon hears that and knows it's a good time to go in towards Mini and take the fight. ZoKing up on top hut, he'll get one, but now the push comes through and he's going to deal with it well. Spins around, it's Advent getting that frag, and now it's just Havoc. Left alone in the world, he's looking for the 1 versus 2, but wasn't expecting them to be so close, and Advent will win it out. ViCi leading by 1 going into the second half. 7 rounds T-side though. I think Divine Vendetta will be pretty happy with that.
I don't know.
Well, they could have won more,
feel like when,
yeah.
Yeah. When you're 6-1 up and you have so much money to work with, allowing ViCi to deplete your coffers and somehow manage to take the lead going into the second half. If I were them, I'd be a little disappointed. Because remember, yes, they won the first map convincingly. Yes, second map was a really close affair. You're still underdogs. You want to have as many advantages as you can take into the second half here. But here we go, CD side, and one thing I do remember in the chaos that's been PAL 2020 is that Divine Vendetta CD side on Nuke was something I was marveling at. I think it was very, very impressive. There's pistols in the hands of Edger and Pokemon Havoc doing a lot of work as Pokemon finds the opening kill. But ZoKing replies back immediately onto his own captain. Advent and Edgeram, the 2 in-game leaders, the first casualties. That was so risky from ZoKing, but he will cross on over as Kaze finds Havoc in the meantime.
What, Jam Young? Just gets absolutely wrecked. What is that? Oh my God, Pokemon. Oh, what has just happened? ViCi cannot win pistol rounds. That's ridiculous.
Shift
what a round from Pokemon.
What was that?
He just opens the door, and it's not even like Jam Young standing in front of him. He's crouched. Pokemon just opens it up. He's like an intruder. There we go. Get out of my door. Continues, turns back and finds Zoking. Fantastic pistol round again. Divine Vendetta, they've won every single pistol round in the series.
That's insane. 6-0 in pistol rounds against ViCi? If you think about it, Dink, it's kind of mental that ViCi won Inferno. Oh, okay. That's gotta hurt. Davdov. A little bit of a reminder who he's playing against, as Edgeram's gonna fall as well. The pistol's doing work, Dinko. I'm getting PTSD, mate. But Pokemon will get everything back into the realms of normalcy. Almond left alone. Great control there in a little bit of that burst fire. And Almond's going to be left alone in 1v3. Pokemon maybe looking for the ace.
He is Pokemon.
It's going to cut them all. It's never going to get all, is it?
No. This is why that line really works out. If he gets an ace, he gets them all. Well, Almond going back up towards heaven. He's been spotted. Do they do the teammately thing and allow Pokemon to take it? I say no, because I want Havoc to get this kill. He's got the MP9. A little bit of extra money, but Almond's going to drop in towards the 8 bomb site anyway. You know they've got the bomb, and I like that they're not aggressing. I like that they're not making any mistakes here. Knowing that Almond has to come to them. Has been spotted. Trying to pick up an MP9, but he is not working.
Denied. 1 HP for Havoc. It's been so back and forth where it's ridiculous, right? Like if you go back to the HLTV page in Inferno, like Jason mentioned earlier, the first 8 rounds, it was Divine win once, ViCi wins one. Divine wins 1 round, ViCi wins 1 round. At least here it's you know, it's been more about streaks, like how Divine had a 6-1 lead and ViCi bringing it back 8-7. Now Divine going on a little bit of a streak of their own here. Nice shutdown from Pokemon. Oh, the timing on that flips it around. That is actually smart. But Davdov and Edgeram are there to save the day. Kazi left alone. 1v4. Not much you can do here. And it's going to be Divine Vendetta getting to double digits before ViCi do.
Well, rifles being picked up. Who would have thought coming into this tournament that ViCi versus Divine Vendetta from day one, that this would be a close series? I don't think any of us would have. And no matter how much of a super fan you are, you just can't say this with conviction that you would expect this. One impressive showing that Divine Vendetta have had into this tournament. Ezram. He's going to push through the ramp with his teammate, and they just leave him there and come back. They're both running back, actually, in fact. Going down in towards the lower bomb site. Advent gets one, traded back by Pokemon, and that's the bomb, blah.
That's not good, is it?
Oh, is Ammon using scroll wheel for his utility? That's hilarious.
I mean, there are players who use, you know, like, still use arrow keys, for example. There's some players who wouldn't play with inverted mouse, Dinko. Professional players.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised.
Walksick, I think, does that, right? One of them.
I'm not sure what Walksick. I know Existence plays with the arrow keys. Anyway, we can get back to it later on. Nice little aggression there from Tyke and Pokemon. Almond gets dropped. It's 2v3. Bomb still dropped, but manpower favoring the side of ViCi. Tyke, though, is going to get anything done here. He's doing so much damage. Dinko switching over to the AK-47 as well. Knows where Kaze is. He's going for the wallbang. He's done so much damage, but has to go for the reload. And Kaze won't survive. It's a 1v2. Tyke. Can he do it again? The nade's going to be sailing on up. That should be it. He's going to get the kill. It's a 1v1. Zoking walks to his head. Wow. Tyke with a 1v3 and the 4K. What a round from him. That is so massive. Such an important round. ViCi, they finally get the buy. They finally have the money. They get the bomb down. They get a 3v1 situation. And Tyke says, nah.
11 rounds for Divine Vendetta. What a huge step up from Tyke. Continuing his great form. Wasn't exactly the best of starts for him coming into this map. He's sitting on 7 kills at the start of this round. Now 11.
been a long game. What's the score? I've even forgotten what the scoreline was on Mirage. Was it like what 16-12? 16-13.
No,
16-13
16-13,
Mirage.
16-14, and now we're 11-8.
The way you like it. The way we all like it.
All the rounds.
All the maps. Well, for ViCi, having lost a number of rounds in a row, they of course will, the max, I think it's kicked in, yeah, the max loss bonus has definitely kicked in. And of course, bomb down means a little bit of extra cash, so money won't be a problem. Rounds are a problem. They need to make something work here. No AWP for on the T side though, as, oof, Zoking. Not unfortunate there, survives in 10 HP, but Davidoff finds him in the end. A little bit of overkill. And immediately Davidoff heads over towards Hell. Havoc, shoulder peeking out, looking to gather information. Lots of players out. Deep Molotov separating the first two players who's going to be pushing on out. They're going to smoke it off anyway. Molotov's going to be coming in. Davidoff standing in the flames for a while. Realizes he needs to fall on back. So ramp control taken by ViCi. Although they have lost a man early. Havoc getting pushed. He's all alone. He's trying to go for a play. Here's a lot of footsteps towards ramp, but I think the smart play here would be for him to just stay alive. And that is going to be the call. No one's budget, Dinko. There's still a couple of players towards upper bomb side. They're going to come just rappelling up the ladder, not really checking properly. There's a player crouched down his Pokemon, just good for one, but it's still another player on the bomb side. Another player towards Squeaky, unaware, and it's going to be the player Tyke who strikes, but leaves it all on Havoc now in the 1v2. Jamyang and Almond. They got the bomb, they're going to plant it, but Havoc sneaking in from behind. Is he going to get them? Is he going to get the flank on them? And is he going to catch them unawares?
Well, Havoc. Oh, this angle. He's going to find him somehow. Takes down Almond. And now it's a 1 versus 1. Jamyang has been the most impressive player on this ViCi roster. Pulling this round back into a winnable position with some crucial trade kills. And now he could just win it all. The 1 versus 1, hiding in the sight. And Havoc, he's going to go down. Jamyang plays that one to perfection. That's his 20th kill. He's 20 and 10 right now. The closest on the team is Almond on 14.
Nine to 11. And Divine Vendetta, their money finally broken here on the CT side. ViCi Gaming. First round for them on this T side. And considering the streak they went on in the latter half of the first 15 rounds, Dinko, it looked like they'd probably continue their reign of terror, but man, Vendetta, like you said, they seem to be very competent on both the sides on whatever map they play on. And at this point, like, I just want to take a breather after after they finish this game and just try and deep dive into the maps they've played so far, because we talk about deep map pools, we bring up ViCi, we bring up Invictus, maybe even beyond for that matter. But Divine Vendetta, I think they're very competent on a lot of maps.
Yeah, I think it's starting to get to the point where it's not even that deceptive anymore, because we're getting to see them on so many maps across the board in these series, and every time they seem to compete. They never really go down without a fight. The matches that they lost, they still looked, they've got some fight in them. Jamyang taking one, Hezram gone, a follow-up from Kaze. Jamyang continues to get kills, but this is still a 2v3, and rifles have been collected for Divine Vendetta.
Very uncomfortable spot for Tyke. At least has his teammate to cover the squeaky position for him. He's wary where they might be coming in from. So many angles for him to clear it out. Oh! I thought he had a go. Okay, Havoc, that is so unreasonable, and it's all on Tyke now. 1v1, but Zoking clutches it out. My god. Havoc almost making it happen.
That's disgusting from Havoc. Nearly makes it work for the team that probably would have put Divine Vendetta in pole position to take this map, but now fighting back. Here's ViCi now, just 1 round away. Should time things up. Divine Vendetta, well, it's the Deagles in play.
Well, Eagles in play again. They did Not pretty much of a non-investment there, but EdgeRam continuing the magic deagles that Divine Vendetta seem to possess. They get the opening pick. That's Almond taken down. Gun not retrieved yet, but it should be by one of the players. And ViCi not wasting any time, just heading straight towards Loa. Pokemon getting harassed. He finds another kill. Zoking's going to fall. He's going to hold the angle looking for more, but Advin's going to finally take him down. Molotov deployed towards fence, but the two players waiting on his lower bomb site. The CT still haven't retrieved that gun, and it's going to come down. Tyke runs on out, but doesn't get the kill. Jamyang spins around, and Kaze strikes as well from what was looking like a very, very scary round indeed. It will be somehow brought back by ViCi Gaming. That was very worrying, Dinko. But somehow they hold on and they tie things up.
Well, evened up. We take a look at what Divine Vendetta have coming into this. It's going to be the M4s, the AWP available as well. Everything that you could need to win around here. They've come close on the low buys, they've come close on the pistols. Now this is a time where Divine Vendetta, all their hard work, it could crumble right in front of them. ViCi could be taking the lead. They've got money left over here on the Chinese side. Daftov getting aggressive, trying to take the fight to ViCi. If he can find an opening, that would be huge. And while he's going to have an angle and an opportunity, takes down Zoking. Now the push comes through from ViCi, trying to reply, trying to make a little bit of space, but it's not working. Tyke taking down Kaze. Long-winded spray, but Advent eventually gets one. Runs out of ammo, and comes back into the lobby. 2 versus 4, 2-man advantage in play for Divine Vendetta.
Almond's not going out. They had no idea he's going to find one. He knows what Pokemon is, but he's kind of trapped in this angle. He needs to win both the duels. He's going to find 2, but Davdov, immediate trade. Leaving it on in-game leader, Advent, but Havoc with a perfectly timed flank coming in from Ram, 12 to 11. This entire series, Dinko, it's just been ludicrously back and forth. Where at a point, I'm just like, I'm getting dizzy just watching it go left and right. It's like watching a tennis rally on acid or something. It's just mental.
That's the best analogy we've heard so far, I think. Well, well, at least it would make some of the tennis matches entertaining.
I guess for tennis you need to play it a little bit to appreciate.
No, I enjoy tennis.
Whoa!
Well, Zoking. But there are some games that kind of are very, very boring to watch, especially in the group stages. And what? Omen takes down Pokemon, walks in for another follow-up, of course.
What is this?
What is it? What is going on? I just don't understand. It's just round after round. It's like the second half of Inferno all over again. It's like they get to a certain point and like, I can't be bothered to play normal Counter-Strike anymore. That's just a little bit crazy for a while.
It's 1 minute and 30 seconds and 4 CDs are dead. Okay, you guys, you can't see me right now, but I have my head in my hands with that run. What was that? Divine Vendetta, they were busy still like admiring their weapons, not expecting ViCi to be in their faces. And ViCi just putting on their Nikes, just running up. Look at the pace being set here. So the first kill comes in. He doesn't expect Almond to be there. Almond finds 1, 2, just holding W. Advent just going for the run and gun as well, and well, a flawless round for ViCi. They strike back in style, and again they break the economy from Divine Vendetta. And in this particular war of attrition, Dinko, okay, Pokemon, that is just absolute filth. It's devolving into a deathmatch, Dinko. It's happening again. It's Inferno all over again, except this time it's around nuclear reactor.
Ooh, Kaze gets rid of Ezram. But this should be ViCi taking the lead. I thought they just have to try and get the spawn back, and Advent is going to pick it up. But 12-12. It's all about limiting the casualties here for ViCi, letting that money build further. They still have quite a bit left over, but they don't want to get out of these pistols. And there's a nice chance for Tyke. He will get 1 kill. Jamyang, though, doubling up. He's just so clean. Now Pokemon and Havoc, both with Deagles, so you know, there's still a chance here to do some damage. Pokemon's position now known, and in behind him is Havoc, so this does become very difficult to see a world in which they pull anything off.
Well, aim punch will always be a problem. Almond with the full spray. Huge round from Jam Young there, from what looked like. It could get a little scary. And, well, the buy is going to be coming in, Dinko. It's not going to be a great buy. You have an all, couple of M4s, couple of FAMASs, but if you look at the utility, dapped off with a smoke, we have a total 5 smokes, 2 nades, 3 flashes, and 2 incendiaries. I don't see a single kit either. And this is where ViCi can mind game Divine a little bit. You know, take it a little slow. You just feel them out, force them to use up the utility, and then when you go for the hit, the CTs have to do. They can't do anything apart from just go for the duels. Kaze with the AWP T side. And then look at the pace now. Again, 2 players crossing over. Pokemon has no idea. He has no idea, but he's going to spot out the player, but Zoking quicker on the trigger. I think ViCi's had enough, Dinko.
Yeah, they have. It's kind of like Inferno, where they just look so mortal and weak throughout the first couple of, well, majority of the half, really, and 3/4 of the game, I would say. Then the final stretch, they just step it up, play like ViCi. Although it still has been pretty weak, I think Kaze in particular is really underperformed. Still hasn't been awful, but just kind of not Kaze level. He's just hitting shots there and there, but not really been too impactful.
Sorry, I just found it ridiculous. Tyke's like slowly creeping up, and Almond just like a madman, like a jumping jack, just drops down.
Just, like, yeah, he's been doing that quite a bit, really. So he's taking a lot of energy drinks.
I feel like I'm not going to criticize Kaze at all, because how many games have you seen Kaze carry ViCi game into victory, right? How many games? And I think it's about time the rest of his team like steps up and, you know, in a classic, you've seen a meme, right? With like, you have Master Splinter with the 4 turtles, with the 4 Ninja Turtles, and then the 4 turtles, they've grown up and they're holding, you know, old Master Splinter. I don't know if you remember Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Dinko.
I remember them. I never really watched them.
Okay, but you know the meme, right? With the old,
yeah.
You know, the old wizened master. And, well, Kaze is not necessarily old, but he has done so much with his team, so I think it's very fitting that everyone else is stepping up here just to carry ViCi across the line.
The thing is, Kaze's still the highest rated player so far in terms of the match stats for this team, but he's still just kind of not even anywhere near his own level, which is kind of incredible, isn't it?
Imagine losing this series if you're Divine Vendetta after winning all the pistol rounds.
I would be so mad if I was Divine Vendetta. There's been so many opportunities for them to take it over the line, and well, they might just make it happen here, but the pistols out of nowhere. 3 kills, and ViCi. We were just talking about how they've had enough. They were clean. They won it clinically in this last round, but now up against a little bit of a low buy, they're crumbling, and now they recover. It's Advent versus Havoc, and Havoc's just going to take his head off. Oh my god, Havoc. Oh, that is disgusting. Double kill with the Deagle. Doubles down, breaks their necks, and a 13th round on the board for Divine Vendetta.
2v5 favoring Divine Vendetta, then they bring it down to 1v2, and Havoc's like instantly with a Deagle. I want to see both the shots there. Oh,
it's disgusting,
that is
isn't it?
so clean.
Oh. So disgusting that it's clean. Well, they lose this round, then it's probably done. So Divine Vendetta have a lot on their shoulders. They have the rifles, they have the AWP in the hands of Dabdov. Over for ViCi, it's the AK-47s. They've got the AKs, and alongside the AWP. The one shining light that ViCi do have is that they've got reserve cash as well. So if they are to lose this, they will be able to get a buy-in to the next round as well. So Divine Vendetta would love to win this one, but not only win it without taking too many casualties. So we are looking at possibly Divine Vendetta tying things up, or ViCi reaching map and series point.
Oh.
And we're back.
Well.
Rewind it all back. We're starting from the beginning. Round 1, Mirage, let's go.
Screw it, I'm all in. At this point, you can't back out. You just can't back off. You can't back out.
ViCi have
have to be fully committed.
They've had enough of this player. They've lost too many pistol rounds. They're out of here.
It's like Almond and Advent are like, yeah, we can't take this anymore. Kaze, Zoking, Jamyoung, it's all on you. 3v5, let's go. You can even hear my neighbor's dog barking in agreement.
Just crying for this. and the misery of this game. And well, it has been exciting to watch. I'm not quite sure. I'm assuming it's probably a similar issue for the ViCi players here as to what Divine Vendetta had a little bit earlier on. And this isn't our only game. This isn't the last game of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got Tai Lu taking on Mazalai a little bit later on. I've seen it went live on HL TV, but I think they'll need to realize that that is not quite live just yet. There'll be a few more moments until that becomes live, as we need to wait for the conclusion of this one.
Let's see. Listen, that's going to be a 2-0 anyway, right? I mean,
surely
can't go more than 2.
Yeah,
surely.
but who really knows?
Remember, like, when we were discussing today, like, the beginning in the morning, all of a sudden, like, fresh face, and Jason's like, all right, Blair Denko, what do you think about today's matchups? And we're like, yeah, 2-0, ViCi, yeah, that's the only certainty in life, and that wasn't the case.
What a time to be alive. And Invictus versus Lucid Dream. That was a wild ride as well.
Yeah, I think everything has been a wild ride, and it's kind of incredible. Oh, hi there. We're still all smiles, Dinko. We're still all smiles.
I'm still all smiles. I mean, you laugh or you cry, basically. That's how it goes here on these long matchups, and it's enjoyable. I mean, we've seen some good Counter-Strike. We've also seen some questionable Counter-Strike. It's all about a balance, Blair.
It's all about balance. I see your face has gotten a little redder as the day has progressed. Where
I mean,
I'm sitting
in front of these lights, and they are just so warm right now. Ugh. Haven't had time to leave my chair.
It's better than the old ones, though. But the old whatever those video lights or camera lights they used to have, that actually sweat.
Yeah, melt you. We had those for an event in Copenhagen, and we were stuck in this little dark room, and they just had 4 of these things in a tiny room, and it just made me melt. It was awful. Mitch was there, and I think he remembered that event very fondly in terms of the warm room.
I'm actually very confused with, like, Jason's barking in our ears.
Yeah, we hear Mitch and Jason making noises, and you guys can't hear that. So if you wonder what the hell's going on and why we're acting strange, it's their fault.
We're back.
We're on team back.
We're back, Dinko.
And more importantly, Almond and Advent are back. And now, can we get this done? 14-13. 2 rounds away from victory here for ViCi. Kaze peeks out in towards the side. Around the corner is Pokemon. He was playing towards main, but Kaze so politely closes the door behind him after his initial peek out towards the bomb site.
All right. It's a long delay there, Dinko.
It wasn't, which is good. I mean, it could have been far worse.
All right. Even the hounds are losing it at this game. As I
mean, I'm proud of us. We haven't started talking about little balls or anything. We haven't delved into complete madness.
Shaving little balls and stuff like that. Yeah.
Well, of course, that is the words of Mitch, man. That is of course the words of Mitch, man, talking about the bally clothing that you get after you.
Jason, Jason, you know those little balls? How do you shave?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Well, out of take coming in from ViCi. They're all 5 gathered up together. I do believe they have one player towards Silo. Actually, no, all 5 together, just slowly creeping up towards outer yard. Flashback, actually smoke, sorry, for Mini as well. They're not showing anything. They're going to keep Almond behind. Smoke has dissipated. There's no chance for him to cross on over. It's just kind of playing the passive lurk, looking to cut off any rotation or any aggression from the CTs if they're looking to flank it from secret. Both players, they're making a lot of noise. They're pretty much telegraphing they're going to be coming towards the lower bombs, and Havoc is waiting. The Clutchmeister, and of course Dav, as Almond finds Pokemon on the look. He's taking a bit of damage though, but he gets a kill. And 10 seconds remaining. Like you said, there's not much time for them to work with. They have to get the bomb. But Advent in the smoke, planning down. No one's spamming him. No one's spamming him to get the bomb down, Dinko. How did it do it? An edge trap's left alone in a 1v2. Kaze needs to land a shot. He won't. Edge. I was going to peer around, pre-firing around the corner. I'm sorry, is Almond now. 1v1 with Edge Ram, and Edge Ram, he smells him.
Well, he does indeed. Looks up. He's going to stick it. Almond's going to peek surely and find him. Oh no. Ezram comes off the bomb, flicks up, and Almond goes down. That's going to be a round delivered to the Divine Vendetta side. Ezram, 1 HP. He survives on 1 health point and gets 4 kills in the round. I thought Kaze had done enough. He finds 2 kills, a no-scope headshot in the craziness on that lower bomb site. But no, it's Divine Vendetta that tie things up. 14-14. We go the distance again, Blair. And while ViCi, they got themselves the rifles. But it's not exactly the solid buy. They don't have the ult for Kaze. They don't have all the pieces. But is it going to be enough to get 15? Who knows?
Honestly, who knows? Who knows? Who really knows anything at this point? It has just been absolute, complete chaos so far. As once again, going to be going for the outer wall. Molotov toss in deep to prevent any CTs from being cheeky. I like the Molotov. It delays them for a few seconds.
Yeah, it does.
They don't take advantage of it though. They don't go for the spam.
Yeah, I kind of feel like you have to spam down. You know, your Molotov might hold a few players back. You might as well take that opportunity and do a little bit of damage. Actually, even a kill. But now, with 1 minute and 10 seconds left, still no one dead. Soaking with a flashbang goes around the corner. Dabbed off the smoke and the double doors. And now they start to charge on in towards the site. 50 seconds in play. It's dabbed off. He's going to find a chance. A no-scope up to Zoking. And now the rest of the round is crumbling down for ViCi. 2 players left. And well, Divine Vendetta, they're 1 round away now, surely. Unless Jamyoung lines them up. Tyke around the corner. Jamyoung, I don't know if he spotted that. He has been. Tyke chasing after him. He's going to run right into his crosshair, though. And Jamyoung, he's 1 HP. But he's still so very potent. And now Almond coming back down to the bottom of the ramp. An opportunity as he shuts away Pokemon. 2 versus 2. 19 seconds on the clock here for ViCi. And a round that looked done. A round that was in their hands. Davdor's going to be overrun. 13 seconds left, and it's a cleanup. Jamyoung takes down Havoc, and it's 15-14. ViCi are 1 round away from victory, and that is heartbreak for Divine Vendetta. They had the 4 versus 2. They had the round in the bag, Blair, but now it's all gone, and probably their chances of winning this series.
I honestly have no idea how ViCi brought that one back. Jamyoung, 1 HP. This is best to stay alive. Divine Vendetta, well, you can say that they should have held some, you know, a few more safer angles perhaps, but when you're 4v2 up, you know, you've done so much damage, I can kind of understand why they want to close it out. But could this be it, Dinko, like you said? They have the Deagles, though. We've seen what these players can pull off, even with a buy with which you can't really get much done under normal circumstances, but still. ViCi. Dug in deep, they've had their hero moments, they've had the big moments, they've had the clutches coming in. With 1 round remaining. And they close it out. Or will Divine Vendetta take it to overtime? And honestly, the way the series has gone, I think overtime would be very fitting. I know you might hate me for saying this, Dinko, but I think overtime would be a fitting end to this series.
It definitely would be. And I wouldn't hit you at this point, Blow. We've already had all the rounds, why not more?
Hell yeah.
It's Counter-Strike, a game that keeps on giving. Well, Divine Vendetta, they fought so hard. And, I mean, I don't even want to be right in my prediction now. I would feel bad with Divine Vendetta. I wouldn't get any happiness out of being right. Well, Soaking trying to go back out towards the control room. Window broken open. Molotov down in towards the ramp, dabbed off around the corner, starts to sprint through in front of the fire. Smoke out for the control rooms, Havoc and Pokemon find a couple of kills, and now the push comes through from ViCi, but they've lost players, Blair, and this might just be overtime you were talking about. Kaze with 1, dabbed off, rattles away again. A 2 versus 3. Ball plant comes through from Advent. Oh, he's overrun. How? Ezram just opens the doors and it's all on Zoking now. 1 versus 3 to prevent the overtime. And he's going to go down, boy. It's overtime. You talked about it. And here it is. The game does not end.
It won't end. Not in this lifetime. You know what? I'd have it no other way. Divine Vendetta. 4 pistols and a FAMAS. ViCi Gaming took a little too long, allowed for the rotation to take place. They had too many angles to cover, too many angles to check. And I gotta say that I forget who it was, but the player from Ram tossing in the smoke towards the window and control room, that was a game changer right there. If it doesn't toss in the smoke, that position, ViCi get so much room to work with. They have so much of eyesight into the bomb site, and the round wouldn't really have walked on out. But here we go. Thank you. F5 pressed. Everything's reset. It's coming down to the overtimes. The only difference being compared to other events, it's going to be 10k start money. Meaning, if you lose 2 rounds back to back, and you don't save your weapons, you're kind of screwed for cash in the final round of the overtime.
Well, flashes coming out and towards the ramp. Havoc. Back down and towards the lower side. Everything's reset, like you said. 10k overtime. Albeit not the best system. But I'm surprised. You know, we had 16-13, a 16-14. You'll see the pattern blur. It's almost guaranteed overtime, this third map. Davdov looking for the aggression. He will catch out Advent now. Sitting back in the hut. 1 kill from Alman as Ram gets taken away. Push comes through. ViCi looking to run in towards the safe bomb site. Jam Young with a headshot. Gets rid of Tyke. Now they drop to the lower site. Quickly running through. They've got their Heelys on.
I have no idea. Oh, but that's you should know now. Okay, now they do. Now they do. Now they know that's the lower bomb site. Zoking and Jam Young. They have gone above and beyond in this particular map. Against Davdov and Havoc, the clutch Meister. Oh no, the spray from Zoking. It will finally work out in his favor. Look very scared for a second. And Havoc, Dinko, we've lost count of the number of times this man has clutched scenarios which he shouldn't be clutching. But this, can he do it? He's creeping on up. He knows exactly where Zoking is. Zoking, that is brilliant from him. Comes around the corner. Havoc knows where the final player is. Jam Young not facing. And finally, when he does face, there's no time remaining anywhere. That's going to be the round. ViCi Gaming, 16-15 to win the first round of overtime.
Well, a little bit unfortunate that for Divine Vendetta. It's kind of lost track of where ViCi were on the map. I think it's very difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if it just happens like this, where ViCi just turn on the switch here, turn things up in overtime and get the win under their belt. And they're a kind of team that can seem to do that. We see it on Inferno where they looked rough for a large portion of it and then just kind of looked good towards the end. Just really clean and clinical and convincing. So far, Nuke, I think there's been a few rounds where ViCi have looked convincing, but then slipped back into their ways, where they've kind of looked rough and losing their pistols and will have it. Oh, what? What? Why have you done that? That has to be a mistake. That surely has to be a misplay in terms of pressing the wrong button, or maybe use a scroll wheel, and if he does, there's a reason why you shouldn't use it. But yeah, money is gone. Has to be the safe call. That's so annoying for Havoc. Suri's kicking himself about that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That has to be a mistake. There's no other reason why I'd go for that. Like, maybe hitting his Q button by mistake, or his quick switch, whatever button he's using, but... at least with ViCi, they win a couple back-to-back. They've really hurt the economy for Divine Vendetta. If they can steal away another gun, it could be big. Oh, Davdov gets spotted out! That's big, Denko. The op taken out? There's no money. There's no money for another AWP. Although, to be honest, I think Divine Vendetta just... We don't even need rifles, honestly. Really.
I don't think so. I think they literally look better with the pistols. At least ViCi struggle against them more.
Well then. ViCi, once again, going back to the close outer. but difference being, this time, keep. What is that? Was that a CD Molotov?
Probably was.
I guess it was. Yeah, probably was. Yeah, my bad.
Well, Pokemon gets rid of Advent. An advantage picked up here for Divine Vendetta. They desperately need a round here in this half. Not looking so good with Alman being able to pull that trade back. And these rounds are starting to be a little bit more quick now with ViCi looking convincing. Smokes at the ready. Davdov has gone on a bit of a push to the lobby. Realizes no one is there. That's because currently Kaze down on the lower side. And man down here for Divine Vendetta. That does make things very difficult. Ugh, that makes things even worse. Jamyoung just destroying Havoc.
There was a flank coming from Davdov, but he needs to be careful, right? He needs to be very, very methodical in clearing out all the angles. And Jamyoung has no idea, but it doesn't really matter. He just held W and run all the way down to its secret. And whatever flank Davdov was on, that little window of opportunity has closed a while ago. Edge ramp, got to go for the play. Molotov comes in, nothing he can do. Tosses in a flashbang, which I would rather he had held on to go for the peek. Goes for a little bit of a late peek, finds Zoking. 3v2. Davdov and edge ramp. Nade, Molotov, tossed in. Finds another kill. Kaze drops. 2v2 now. Bomb drop. 30 seconds. Taking away. And it's all on Jamyoung. I have no idea how this one's turned around. And Jamyoung versus edge ramp. 1v1. Jamyoung looking to take the fight. Maybe. Yes, he will. Goes for the spray. And ViCi Gaming with a flawless half. A 4K from Mr. Jamyoung. Sitting on 35 kills. What a hero he's been so far in this game alongside Alman.
Yeah, Alman and Jamyoung really leading the way for ViCi. A little bit of a difference showing. You know, Kaze usually so impactful for this team. Always need the top-rated player in the tournament so far. But it's Jamyoung that's really impressed me in this series. I think he's been the only consistent thing for ViCi. But this is brilliant. Really good stuff. Clean, flawless half in the first half of overtime. And now we move into the next with Divine Vendetta under a lot of pressure. I think they used their last timeout a little bit earlier on in this game. So they don't really have that to work with. Molotov's going down, smokes deployed towards outside. While the spray from Tyke, it's not really going to work out. Pokemon though gets a double kill and Zoking steps through. I love how ViCi are bringing the fight to the T side, but it hasn't really worked out too well for them. They're into a 3 versus 3.
Zoking aware, CD is aware, there's at least one player towards lobby. Now Divine Vendetta look a little shook, Dinko. I don't think they were expecting that aggression from ViCi. But like you said, I do like it. I like how ViCi just tried to finish that one out as soon as possible. Molotov, we're Zoking, taking a bit more damage here, down 25 HP right now. And Divine Vendetta, they might just be looking to close this out towards the upper bomb side by the looks of things. Smoke towards Mini. Kaze is there from above, but he's got to go big. But Zoking, he's done his job. He's down to 25 HP. He's playing up close. He's re-aggressing out again. This is absolute madness from Mr. Zoking. If he finds another kill, it's going to be big, but Davdov's going to find him. Now Kaze dropping to the side. He has been spotted out, and it's going to be... Oh, Kaze with 1. Looking for more. Unaware there's another player on the corner. Has to go for the fast scope. Not going to land. In fact, won't even fire off a shot. Alman left now in a 1v2. Somehow, what looked like a pretty decent round for ViCi falls apart.
Well, Divine Vendetta start things off well on their T side. Is there a world player? We see double overtime? See more
100%.
Yeah?
100%. Absolutely. This is a double overtime game. Calling it right now.
Oh, well, my feed is lagging quite a bit. And well, Ezran, doesn't matter, takes down Alman. And now, 18-16, a good round picked up for Divine Vendetta. We'll see ViCi purchase up again.
Thing is, for ViCi, if they don't close it out here, since they didn't save any weapon the previous round, they're going to have to go for an eco. And that means Divine Vendetta, like, I was just saying it in jest, but double overtime, very likely, depending on how this round plays out.
Well, currently Zoking up on top of the hut. Tyke, the flashbang. Trying to pop that through the hut, double flash. Oh, he's not going to be expected. He's run back in towards King. He's just ready for them, backing up into his position. Switches out to the AK, and well, there we go, ViCi. That should be it in the bag unless Havoc pulls off another one of these crazy plays, and that's exactly what he's done, Blur. He gets 2, finally goes down though, and it's Davtov and Ezram into a 2 versus 3. Davtov in the lower bomb site has the bomb on his back, and Ezram's going to get aggressive. They nearly line up for him. There's one, nearly the second, but Zolking on the headshot. It's now 1 versus 2. Davtov looking to save the team, looking to deliver a 7th round for Divine Vendetta and prevent the win from ViCi. Now just looking for one more kill to end this series. Davtov hides in a good position, spotted, can't get the kill. Unfortunately, now the info is there. They know exactly where he is, and they're going to push him together. Zolking with the headshot. Brilliant round from him, 4K, and he delivers a 19th round and the win to ViCi Gaming, who finally end this marathon of a game. It started on Mirage Flare, it started rough for ViCi. They claw it back, not so convincingly on Inferno, and here on Nuke, they have to fight in overtime. And they get it done, 19-16. I mean, we are correct in our prediction of saying ViCi should win this 2-1.